Good morning. So we're in this car park up at Sigtuna. Had a really quiet night's sleep. It's quite a busy road going up here because it's up to a sports centre. There was like tennis tournaments or something last night and football match. So it was quite busy up until about maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. And then when it got dark in this field here, we saw 2 deer, which was really cool. And from then on it was really quiet overnight, so good night's sleep. It has rained quite a bit overnight, which was quite nice to listen to on top of the motorhome. But we're going to head off now. We're heading down to Lynn Shopping, which is quite a drive. It's about 3.5 hours. So going to have a stop off at the Eka in Motorhome. There's quite a few Ekas there, so we're going to stock up on a bit of water and then head on. Let's go. This is Motorhome. We're just having a stop over here on the way to Lynn Shopping, pop in an Eka. So yeah, we've just gone past some motorhome parking in the centre, very close to the coop. So it would be handy if you want to stay overnight here to know that there is parking here. Not sure how many spots, but yeah, pretty cool. Well, we are officially in Lynn Shopping, specifically at the first campsite. It's called Glitinye, I think. I will write it somewhere so you can see on video. It seems very nice. It kind of reminds me a bit of Haven in the UK, which is like a campsite chain. We will be staying on another first camp one in like a day or two. I think that's near Kalmar. So it should be interesting to find out what this one is like. There was only 2 different size pictures that I could see online when I booked, and it was maximum 10 metre or maximum 11 metre. I obviously went for the 10 metre because I'm nowhere near that length, and I could safely say that a 10 metre one would sit perfectly comfortably in these spots. It is pretty much a grass pitch, but there's like 2 lines for backing in, which is like gravelly stuff. So yeah, very nice. I have parked at the bottom of where the service building is. You can choose your spot when you're booking online, which makes it pretty easy. So yeah, pretty uneventful getting here. I kind of just want to chill for the day, so we're just going to have a chill day. Check-in, it was at 1 and we got here about 1:30, so not too bad overall. But yeah, one thing I am upset about, silently furious. My dad got to see a moose on the way here, and I did not see it because I was driving, and I am upset about it. But hopefully I'll see a moose. If not this trip, maybe in future. I think I'd probably go more northern Sweden in a future trip, just because you're more likely to see moose there, which would be super cool. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we see one before we leave Sweden. If not, I'll get over it. But yeah, we're starting our trip down the east coast of Sweden, back to Trelleborg. So here we go. I will now show what the campsite is like. Okay, so this is the entrance road. The reception is just at the bottom of here. You can check in until really late, or if you get here super late on a night, they will leave the key cards in a box outside where you can access and check in. I think the latest check-in was 10 p.m. if I am remembering correctly. So we came up this road, and first entrance into here, you can clearly see where all the motorhomes and caravans are, and I am parked in spot 58. You can see the difference in size between Birdie and the other motorhomes that you see in Sweden. Not even Sweden, just Europe in general. Germany had massive motorhomes as well. So yeah, this is 3-pin plug for hookup, electricity included, which is really good. So at least if it gets really cold, we can just put the heater on using the electricity, which is great. And these are the spots. This is the one next to me, which obviously isn't occupied at the moment. This is what it kind of looks like. So you get a grassy bit to the right, and you have your backing in spot. One thing I will say is my motorhome does not have the typical UK style door. It doesn't have the habitation door on the passenger side, it is on the driver's side. I think it's because it's a mobile Vetta and it's like an Italian make. Not quite sure because it's not imported as to why that is the case, but if you have a UK vehicle and the hab door is on this side, then you obviously would be close to the hedge, which maybe not so great, but you can just put your deck chairs out on this side, maybe have a picnic or something. And there's loads of bins dotted around, so you might see the bin in the distance, which is really good. And they have loads of picnic tables, which the sun is finally starting to be out, which is great. So maybe having our meal outside would be nice. So yeah, gonna go in and have some food now, because I was just focused on traveling today, so it is now time to eat. Let's go. So right next to the service building is a little park, and this red building at the end is the service building. On the left hand side you just scan in and it takes you into like a little dining area and kitchen area. And then if you go around the side of the building, there's facilities to wash outside, so you could do all of your dishwashing out here. I believe it's got hot and cold taps, which is really cool. They've got little lodges everywhere on this site, I have to say. So around the back you have toilet disposal. So this is where you get rid of chemical waste, you can get rid of grey water here. Super useful, clean facilities, quite a large room I have to say. So if you go further around, you also have a toilet here, shower facilities, and at the back here, around the other side, is all the bins. So you have your recycling, all the way along this wall, and then this is like grill waste, and normal waste over there. There's also 2 toilets around the front as well, which is super useful to know where everything is. So yeah, all self-contained, quite a nice building. I haven't seen any rubbish lying about or anything, so very clean and seems like a good place. I'll test out the showers in the morning though, so we'll see how that goes. Just to give a quick look at the facilities, I've gone in the side door. I've checked that no one is in here yet, so no one's going to have a shock if they see a person walking around with a camera. The first door on the right is the showers. These don't seem to be divided by gender, so on the right you've got the shower cubicle. Kind of looks like someone's left their shower gel in here, to be honest. You have this to wipe down the floor afterwards. You just kind of brush it into the drain. There's a little changing area directly in front, and toilet, sink all over on the left with a big mirror and a bin. I'll quickly turn off the light before I come out. And then if you go further along on the right, you have toilets. So as you can imagine, it's just quite simple little room. It's got a coat hanger, it's got a toilet, sink and bins. So yeah, pretty good little self-contained facilities. These seem really clean, so I'm quite happy about that. And that's pretty much it for the service building, so let's head out. I did think a bit more about where I chose to place my pitch, reserve my pitch on this campsite this time. So last time I did choose the spot which was right next to the park, and unfortunately early on in the morning, as you can expect, it's about 7 o'clock, and two siblings who were under the age of 10 were on the playground laughing, screaming, shouting at each other, which, to be honest, I don't blame them, they're children, but obviously I'd like to have my sleep, so I chose right along the end from the service building, easy to get to and just a bit more out the way, so it should be quieter. So yeah, I'd probably advise people, if you haven't already thought about that, to maybe take that into account. But yeah, a nice little place, and obviously cabins as well if you don't have a motorhome, so very nice.